Hello minivan lovers! So we have a TLV today of what is a very unique looking vehicle. Wikipedia says this is, I guess, the third generation Daihatsu Mira, but they have this walk-through, step-through van version, and it's still considered a K-class vehicle, according to Wikipedia. But the engine sizes exceed K-class dimensions sometimes. It could have a 550, 660, or 850 cc's. But to my understanding, K-classes have to be 660 and under. So maybe when you go to the bigger engine, you have to pay higher taxes. Anyways, it's a pretty relatively recent release by TLV here. It's LV-N283, so a lot of castings and stuff coming out. What I don't like about TLV is it doesn't tell you the version, you know, so I had to do a lot of research, and it could be wrong. But I do like the packaging. It's really small. But let's see if it has paint rash. That's what I'm afraid of. Okay. And that's their stand for the door. Let's put this away. So open this bag now. Do that later. Alright, let's look at these photos here. So clearly they looked at these brown photos, and that's this first release, I guess, or second colorway. I think there's a white version as well. And there's also one of those Diet collection things with a bunch of props. Alrighty, these wheels are different on this one. These look like just the stamped steel ones here. I mean, look at this thing. It's like a 2-meter tall van, but the footprint is really small. I would actually love to own this thing because I like to ride bicycles. Just roll the bicycle right in, right? Instead of having to lean it over or something. Alright, well, you could obviously pause, and you can see though, this rear end is not this rear end. So maybe what I said is totally wrong. I don't know what the model looked like. I didn't open it before, so can't win them all. Just continue on. We got this nice brown metallic. It's very cool. I like it. Not too many brown cars to collect in 164, but being metallic, hopefully this will avoid paint rash. The wheels, as normal from TLV, they're pretty lame, but they're just stamped steel wheels, so these would obviously have been a lot better if there's black paint in these holes here, but that's the case of laziness for me. I'm not going to do that. And what I also don't like about this brand is the knobby tire treads in many cases. You know, if you look back at any street car or the photographs, you don't see tread blocks like this. You know, these tread blocks look like they belong on a 4x4. Alright, just going to the bottom here. Yeah, 2022. What I do like is Tomica tells you everything you want to know about this thing if you buy it used. Who made it, when it was roughly made, what it is, what scale it is, right? Alright, metal base, riveted together though. Modification will be difficult. Looks like a separate chromed plastic bumper, so I might as well go to the front. And sadly, just a blank license plate. It's not really even a license plate, it's yellow, which really makes no sense. I'm not aware of Japan using yellow license plates. I'm not aware of any country using yellow license plates, except maybe, well, of this shape, the US size. I know some European countries had the longer ones, but what I don't understand, it's just strange. They should just have a white box, or maybe write Mira there, like a dealership plate, you know? But it's nice. We do have the clear headlights, and there's a nice silver bezel going around them. And then this is nicely molded. It's like little intake, or it's probably not real on the real car, but it looks like a vent, and then the orange for the turn signal there. Yeah, but sadly no black paint in the vents themselves, so you'll have to add some paint wash. And it does look like this vehicle has like a blue ovoid badge of some sort, so I guess that's accurate. Okay, moving on. Panel crease seems acceptable. Well, it's nice to see some black up here, so that's good. And then I always rag on this brand, and there's good reason. This has printed on wiper blades like a Choro Q. I think Chorokyu is under the same parent company, Tomitech. So on a Chorokyu, I guess it's okay because those are cartoon cars. But how many cars in the real world have two-dimensional wiper blades? They're just literally printed onto the windscreen. Why wouldn't they mold them like every other brand does? Even Hot Wheels has molded in wiper blades, right? So that's just really lazy, and if not just a really weird design decision, or really a stupid design decision. Okay, well, some black molding here looks nice. This is probably a vent, I imagine, to get some fresh air to the driver and passenger. So you'll see it's an asymmetric design. We have like a bus kind of folding door, you know, that folds inwards, and this thing swings up in here. So it's nicely done. We have a silver arm hand grab there, the black molding there. There's even a crossbar going across with some silver paint. It looks like something. I don't know what it is. I don't know door mechanisms. We have an orange blinker raised there. The fuel filler is right there with a little silver dot for the lock. We have this cool corrugation. It's indented going in, and that carries across the roof, but now they're sticking out, these ribs. Okay. Now, there's also something here I didn't notice before. Maybe that's like a passive vent or something. But what's there? I wonder why there's silver paint there. I'm sure it's there on the reel. You know what? I don't see it on that side photograph. I see the box on the side photograph. I just don't know what that is. But I'm sure they put it there on purpose, right? Maybe a lock, maybe, or a vent. Door handle here seems alright too. Silver, a little bump there with some silver. Window molding looks okay. Okay, yeah, another weird license plate. Maybe the light for the license plate here. Maybe the lock. And then we have a tab to pull up. And then we have some paint for the tail lights. So sadly they're not clear inserts, it's just paint. And then, let's see about this. Alright, so one nice thing is this door is plastic. And that's why the gap didn't look so atrocious. So this thing is literally a delivery van, it looks like, with some boxes in here. And then you can see the back of the seat. There's like a aluminum roll hoop to maybe keep stuff from running into the back. And then I think this might be a seat. It's hard to say. Get a flashlight. Yeah, so that's a gray seat back there. And then the driver has a tan seat with a headrest. So it's interesting. So you can see the dashboard there. There's some nice molded details. Try where to get the light in there best. Alright, that's the best. I gotta hit focus, hold on. Looks like a big TV screen in the middle. HVAC controls, a vent there. So not bad, not bad. The steering wheel is a brown. It's got some air passing through the spokes of it. What's going on the roof? Yeah, it's just general construction stuff. But what's going on with that? These two round things. They're future-proofing, I think, for something else. So something else is going to peg into those holes later on in a different model. I just can't imagine what it would be. Alright, so there you can see the clear plastic on the roof for the windscreen and the side window. Let's see about the dashboard. It's a nice steering wheel. It looks like there's printing on the middle of the steering wheel. Sorry, focus. I don't know. Maybe it's just a paint blemish. Maybe it's not a logo. I'm not sure. I can't tell on my little phone screen. No instruments or anything like that. No decal or anything like that. TLV, I don't think they ever really have instrument gauges or anything. They just have different colored interior pieces. Which I guess is alright. But I guess for the price, I mean, other competitors are putting gauges in their models. TLVs roll, by the way, but this one doesn't have suspension. Most TLVs do, but it seems like their trucks do not, and maybe this is like a truck, which I guess they had to do in this case because it's a step-through van. Although, actually, maybe they could have hid. I think now I know why those boxes are there. It's because the tire comes up here and there's an axle, right? So they're trying to hide whatever's holding down that axle, maybe? Hard to say, but there's no suspension. See, the side gaps are pretty good because it's a plastic door. You can have tighter tolerances of plastic parts than a die-cast car. So, yeah, it's not so bad, I guess. Would have been neat. That'd be crazy if this thing could work, but it's totally understandable why it wouldn't. This is rounded because I think it has to clear, you know, the roof when it opens. If it was square, it'd probably collide and scratch the paint. So it's interesting. You don't need that little silver stand at all. And you can see now they painted the outside of the plastic. I have a suspicion this is supposed to just kind of rest here. But the thing is so light, this door, or this rear hatch. Okay, you have to push it down. So it's really just, I guess, more for realism. I would have to assume the real one has some sort of extending pole that can support that. But for this little scale model, you don't need it at all. It's very light. It's not gonna, see. Okay, so that's actually well designed. So, I'm wrong on two accounts here. This clearly has a yellow license plate. Maybe commercial vehicles have license plates in Japan. That's the only thing I can think of. These are listed as 1994 and 1995 Miras, where they have the horizontal kind of lights. So, that's what's going on there. I still don't see the silver dot, though, up there. So, I'm not sure what that is again. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. Let's continue on. We got some Daihatsus to look at. We got some TLV Midget, open style, and more of a closed canvas canopy. Here's a Daihatsu Tanto Custom, and this is by Toyosha, a brand that didn't really make too many models. But I think, well, you can see. I'm not sure if that's a K-Class car, though. But I like how they put on printing on the license plate. This is a TLV of a Subaru Sambar with retro styling as well. And so it's like a Cafe Dia collection one. I put on my own license plates. Make some room for the standard be Baracus van by Greenlight here. So you can see, yeah, that's got to be a K-Class car because it is really small. I mean, it's even smaller than this, and this possibly is a K-Class car. So you can actually see this is actually a pretty tall vehicle as well. The Sambar, I think, is not a K-Class car. It's just a small car. Let's give you a top view. I did see some cool images of this thing with an Austin Mini front end. Clearly, the styling of this is trying to look like an old British car, but I've actually seen ones with the actual front end of a Mini, classic Mini on the front, and it looks really cool. Alright, let's move on here. So, yeah, I'm pretty happy with this one. I don't need the opening panel, but I mostly look at my models from the front view, so I'm not going to see that rear door ever again. I really like this brown. It's just different from most of the other colors that I see in this scale. So, it's well done. You know, it's just, if you're looking for super high detail, TLV is not it. I mean, just the wiper blades. That's a big oversight, right? They're literally printed on graphics. That's really weak. And then, you know, the taillights are painted on, whereas other brands would actually have plastic inserted taillights as well. And there's no air passing between the wheel spokes because that's just the way they designed their tires. They're two-piece wheels with a tire trapping the two halves. So most of them don't have hole openings in their wheels. So there's a lot of shortcomings in the brand, but as I always say, this brand makes the weird, obscure Japanese cars that no one else is going to touch. Alright, this is a Japan-only vehicle, I think. Maybe they're gray marketed to other countries, but it was basically manufactured for the Japanese consumers. And so that's why I never knew about it before. And that's why I decided to get this. I think it's cool looking. So thank you for watching. Yeah, there'll be some more TLV videos to come. I don't have any readily available right now, but I'll definitely collect more. But I'll probably also point out the shortcomings in this brand because they're just overpriced in my opinion. Alright, see you then. Bye.